Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 14 NFL previews and analysis, and this video is for the game between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. This AFC West battle will take place in San Francisco after in Week 2 when San Francisco went up to Seattle. Seattle beat San Fran 29-3. San Francisco 8-4 in that second wild card spot there in the NFC, and Seattle 11-1, leaders in the NFC West. And they have the inside track as well to home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. I mean, the rivalry between these two teams is well documented. The players don't seem to like each other very much. We know the coaches can't stand each other. And it seems like, obviously, the fans have some animosity between themselves as well. So we have an old-fashioned rivalry here between these two teams who I think are still the best two teams in the NFC when all is said and done. But make no mistake about it, San Francisco's put themselves in a situation where they still need to continue to win. They can't rest on their medal like maybe Seattle would. I don't think they're going to do it in this game. But at 11-1, again, with that inside track in the NFC West, San Francisco is going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to establish their physicality. They're going to try to put Kaepernick in favorable down and distance situations. Kaepernick does play better at home, as do most quarterbacks. That defense has gotten healthier, has gotten some guys back, most notably Aldon Smith. Justin Smith seems to be playing as good as he has all year. You have Patrick Willis fully back from that injury as well, and that's led to this entire defense playing well. They're getting healthy and playing well as a whole. You know, their whole team is right at the right time of the season. Seattle, been steady all year at 11-1. Good defense, good pass defense, good rush defense. They want to run the football on offense. The play of Russell Wilson this year and how much he's improved from year one to year two, even though he was good last year, but he's gotten so much better this year in all facets of his game. One of the only guys that when he runs with the ball, he's always looking to pass. And thus, when he does tuck it and run, it seems to always be effective, seems sort of to never fail. So I think that's going to be a big factor for San Francisco. How do they handle Russell Wilson when he gets out of the pocket? They should have plenty of experience and plenty of tape and experience, like I said, to draw from in that perspective. I think both these teams, okay, are going to do a pretty good job against the run. If you look at these teams from a defensive standpoint, against the pass and against the run, their numbers are pretty similar. If you look at their rushing offense, as far as yards per carry, they're pretty similar. So they mirror each other in a lot of respects. They both like to play the same general style. I just think the difference in these two teams this year has been the fact that Seattle on defense hasn't had as many guys hurt, and the play of the quarterback, where Russell Wilson's been better than Kaepernick. In this game, though, I look for Kaepernick to make more plays, certainly, than he did at Seattle. You can't compare anything to when young quarterbacks, or even just any quarterback, we saw that with Drew Brees last week, needs to go up and play in Seattle. You can't compare it to anything else. So while I know the Seahawks have made great strides on the road this year, they're not the same team they are at home. They're still a very, very good team, but they're not the same exact team. And, you know, with the 49ers playing with their backs against the wall, I think is a big deal in this game. And also the fact, let's face it, the last two games these two teams have played have been up in Seattle, and Seattle's embarrassed San Francisco. And they know that. You know, the coaching staff feels that. I know the fans feel that. So that the fan base can be ready to go. Seattle's walking into a very tough environment there. Seattle would like nothing more than to bury San Francisco, okay, and take one step further to that home field advantage. I just think in this game, it means too much to San Francisco, okay? I think they get more out of Kaepernick than they did in Seattle, and I think they get enough out of the running game where I like San Francisco -3 to beat Seattle. Again, I still think Seattle is the better team, but I just think San Francisco is not that far off, needs it more, and I think they put more pressure and make Russell Wilson maybe make an uncharacteristic mistake or two as they get healthier with the Smiths. And again, you can't underestimate a rivalry, the home team needing the game. -3 San Francisco over Seattle. And, you know, this is a game I've been looking forward to previewing all year. Can't wait to watch it. I've been high on these two teams all in the offseason. You know that if you listen to this channel. So let's enjoy a good game here. on Sunday, and hopefully we see this matchup again in the NFC playoffs, probably that time up in Seattle. Guys, let me know what you thought and can think of this game. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview and recap every game every week, and I'm always talking the news of the day in the NFL. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.